What's up, guys? Vince Roddy here. Welcome back to VinzTalk, where I guess, this is the best kind of setup I have. I just have like a tripod and then just put my phone in it and record on it as if it's like a mic. One day I'm going to have one of those hanging mics. I don't know when, but that'll be dope. That'll be dope, and also like a new headphones for actually recording gameplay because I've been getting back to gameplay. I don't know if you saw the videos. Maybe it's not really in habit, so maybe I didn't post it. Maybe you didn't see it or care to see it because of the algorithm. But either way, I posted some gameplays that I just know for a fact that it's gonna get 0 views. But I posted there because at least some people are gonna watch it. That's just how it is. I mean, it's not anything webtoon related, or maybe it's some reading related, but it's some gameplays, something that I used to do, and it's kind of like some old school games that I have in my emulators. So that's why I decided, man, I kind of look up to these games. I wonder what happens if I record with them. And that's what I'm going to be doing in the future for bigger and better games that I'm going to be getting. And yeah, I'm going to talk about a little bit about that maybe later on in this video. But yeah, welcome to Vince Talk, where I just address whatever it is going on out there. Let me tell you, there's a lot of things, but I just had to give it to you in a way where I just want to give you some news and stuff, but I just want to let you know that I'm not grifting, or I'm not actually here being full on political or anything. Okay, so this is not freaking CNN or Fox News or anything like that. But there's this whole freaking news talking about how I guess the Chinese surveillance balloon just landed in the U.S. and I'm just like, what is going on? What is this balloon doing here? And I don't know what they're doing with the balloon or anything. But yeah, it's a whole like political thing going on because I think it's like what is it? It's passing through certain area territories and areas, and the president or someone's not doing anything when it comes down to because hey, America's for everyone. Pretty much, everyone can come here. At least, you have to sign up and stuff. But I'm not gonna get into that. That's what I just been hearing. Also, I heard that AI technology is going to be replacing us soon. This whole AI image thing that has been going on ever since this incident with this Twitch streamer because of some deepfakes. Those words, use them and Google it because I have no idea. I just heard about it, and I'm just here. Here I am, basically not gathering as much wood as I can, but I just decided, hey, I found some twigs. So here you go. That's kind of like my way of me, sharing information. But yeah, everything's doing good. Classes started. So I've been busy. I'm kind of still in the busy process of moving right now. So a lot of things going on. I actually, while I was like, what was I trying to put? While I was studying in my classes, one of our subjects, I just had to share it here in this podcast. One of those things that that my professor was sharing. There was this it's called the Amadeus Proposal by J Swift. I hope some of it kind of rings a bell, and I'm hoping YouTube doesn't really takes me down, because the thing is, YouTube, I'm still on about that YouTube restriction thing, because I almost never ever cuss in any of my videos. I say certain words like, ass and damn and stuff like that, even though that's deemed as cussing in YouTube, because YouTube is trying to be kids friendly when they're just trying to ruin other people's business, stuff like that. That's basically the truth of YouTube. Let me tell you right now, I don't know what's happening with this platform, but what is YouTube even making sense anymore? I don't freaking know. But yeah, pretty much I don't know what words to really cover. I'm gonna try my best. So pretty much this subject that I did, that I finished, and it was very interesting. It's called the Modest Proposal, and just look it up because I'm gonna be very vague of how I explain it. It's basically this guy trying to, he's from Ireland. It's about a subject, or it's take the location of this whole thing, not story, but it's kind of like an argument. It's an argument or a conclusion or something to solve something. Like, say if I was going to solve world hunger or solve climate change, this is one of them. Okay. And this guy was making a note or something, or some kind of letter or some essay or whatever it is. Okay. It was like a 12-page essay that he made back in way in the past. And this was during a time where Ireland was going through some kind of famine or something. What is it? The potato famine or whatever. And he was looking around like Ireland, and he was seeing a lot of poverty. And one of his like counter solutions to actually stop hunger. And mind you, this is a satire. It may not seem like it as I was reading it. It was kind of disturbing. I was like, this guy's not funny. But it was a satire of this guy trying to solve world hunger by basically like there was poor kids all around the street, and there was nothing happening with the kids or something as they were poor. And one of the solutions, and this is literally what we studied, again, this is a satire, don't take this seriously, was going to eat the children. Like, I kid you not. It was like going into those levels. It was like something, and pretty much people have, the whole rant and what he, specifies and all the highlights, his conclusions and everything. I'm just like, what is happening? What am I reading? And mind you, this is drama appreciation. If you go to any class like this, English literature, drama, or something, or, all that jazz, it talks about like certain histories, or at least drama history. I don't know. But it was a weird one. I'm just like, wait, that's how to solve it? Are you serious? And mind you, I think there was this whole argument about like abortion or something. And I guess this sort of relates into that same lane, but in a whole different level, where if the kid is one and it's not useful and it's poor in the streets or something, then that is gonna be served in a platter of fresh French fries with a dipping sauce. It is so messed up. I'm just like, wow, what am I studying? So I'm gonna be sharing that a lot with the like whatever it is that my teachers like sharing, like these interesting stories and stuff like that, these highlights to solve world issues or whatever, even though they're messed up. And I believe there's some movies that this could be like, in some cases in them. I just had to share that, My college is interesting due to the fact that knowing that it's all online, so it's been pretty boring. I've just been at home. And let me tell you, I don't know when I'm going to move out of this house. I just feel like this place is haunted. I don't know what it is. I'm having a hard time actually trying to sleep or something. And listen, when it comes down to ghosts, I know my ways of actually countering that, it's all about the believe in God kind of thing, and pretty much I believe in God so much knowing that he'll protect me in these moments. But, oh my gosh, I feel these ghosts like just like around this area, this house. And I usually never share this because it's not really that big of a deal, because I know it's not really real. There was a moment while I was in the kitchen, and pretty much I usually have my other family members helping me actually move out of here or something. And this house, I don't know what's gonna happen to it, but they they're helping me out, and as they left at the next hour, the light flickered, and I was like, what's happening? Everything flickering has just been an issue. My computer was flickering as well. I don't know what that was, but I fixed it up with an upgrade, and hopefully that fixed it, because the flickering keep happening when I'm playing my games. I'm like, oh no, that's not good. And now flickering is happening in the freaking house and these lights, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? This is the wrong moment for flickering lights. I can't have this. Like, man, it's been challenging that way. And also this rain ain't helping. It just feels like a freaking Luigi's Mansion. But yeah, enough of that crazy stuff. Again, I ramble a lot. That's why I decided to make content out of it. Bada boom. But yeah, let's get into it. We got some stuff to talk about. I heard the whole thing about Mr. Beast curing blindness, and he's just getting backlash of it, which I never understand. It's usually these people like, oh, these rich people, oh, they're just all privileged and privileged and privileged and privileged. I'm just like, shut up. Mr. Beast doing something good. With all his money, out of anything, like, I know that no matter how famous you are, you always still get hate, I still get hate some of the time when I actually ever put something out there. But even though I don't really care about it, I still think about it. And man, I don't know what's up with all this hate about Mr. Beast curing blindness. Like, what? Like, people are just going at him. But it's like, no, he's helping. Mr. Beast always been like this. And he definitely deserve it. Especially deserving the fact that he has more subs than PewDiePie, and how he's such a better, good influence and all that. Like, and all that money goes to something good. I don't know. There's just some parts of me where I'm just like very inspired by Mr. Beast, of what he does. And also from seeing, especially, I'll never forget, seeing his like like I just hit like 1K. I just hit 10,000 subscriber video, which was years ago when he posted that. That's still in his channel. And I'm just like, whoa, this is very inspiring. My God. Like, this is something real. And, he's nonchalant about it. Me, I'm kind of like nonchalant as well. But at the same time, I felt him when he hit that number. He's like, what? How did I get here? You know what I mean? Those kind of, those kind of moments within other YouTubers really inspired me, knowing that they achieved those moments. And, here I am actually just still trying to achieve more with this channel. It's thanks to you guys. So, but also there's going to be big things in the channel. The thing is that I'm in the works of actually getting all of this done. Let me tell you. And also last news, as I get into gaming, because that's always the meat and potatoes of this whole entire Vince talk, is the whole gaming aspect. And yeah, Sam Smith, I don't know why I have to talk about him. He's getting a lot of rant, and this is something within my community, within the LGBT plus community, about Sam Smith in his music. Here's the thing: I don't like Sam Smith. I'm just gonna be real with you. I don't like him. All because he represents the community and stuff. The dude is freaking demonic. All these signals makes it freaking. Can you stop? Why in this year we're still doing this with artists? Why can't people be like JoJo or Rex Orange County where they're not freaking demonic? How about that? Huh? How about people that are not demonic? Like this guy literally has a song called Unholy or No God. And I'm just like, bro, what is... And listen, I'm not trying to be all crazy Christian about this. It's just that when I want to listen to music, I don't want freaking demons in my house when I'm listening. Like, I just can't. I just freaking can't. And also, I don't like how he's like over-sexualized with his music videos whenever he's out there. Like, I literally made a video of a rant, which I didn't post because... like, there were some parts where I'm, like, lost. But at the same time, I'm just going to keep this short knowing that, for Sam Smith being himself, agreeable. He deserves to be himself. And UK is known for actually being this very high with the, within the LGBT representation of who they are. But with Sam Smith's, like, music video and the whole, like what is he wearing? Pasties? Like, and he has a freaking... I don't like the looks of his body. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter who you are. I have my own preference, okay? Ain't no way I'm looking at a British, like, hairy, chubby body music video, like, in looking like you slaying it. It's like, I'm not looking at that. I'm not looking at that, homeboy. Like, what you doing? Like, can at least be a little fit. I know the dancers look way better. That's for sure. But for Sam, I'm like, oh God. Okay, can I? Oh my God, Post Malone with pasties. That's what it looks like to me. I'm sorry. I'm not here to hate. I'm just saying, like, what is that? And showcasing that to the world, and also now you see kids seeing it as well. It's like a whole thing, and people are just like saying like, oh, because you're a bigot that you don't like it. Listen, I'm a fanboy. I don't like it. Okay, I honestly it's not my thing most of the time. And it's because of just like it all comes down to, I guess, the looks, and that's just the reality of it at some points, especially for me, the way I put it. And listen, Sam Smith's music in many ways is pretty good. It's just that there's some parts of it where it's like where the world doesn't really need to see. Like, I don't understand music videos being way too over sexualized sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, can we just have it like chill, just have a story? Instead of something being from P-Hub, I'm just saying. Okay? I might get canceled for that again. But moving on to gaming, where I totally won't get canceled. You can't cancel me when I talk about gaming. E3. So E3's gone now, which I don't know if it's true or not. E3 could be gone. A lot of times I wouldn't care, but there's a part of me where I kind of want to go to E3. Maybe it could be cheap. Nah, it's not. Like, I picture myself ever going to E3 ever in my life. You know what I mean? But yeah, E3 doesn't have, like, Xbox, Nintendo, Sony all pulled back from E3. And I think that's because that people say, like, oh, E3 is coming back for this year in 2023 and all that. The thing is that we have Summer Game Fest. We have South by West, you know. We have packs. All the different packs, they're back. Okay? We have indie directs. You know, Sony has their direct with State of Play. You know, Microsoft. And, you know, Microsoft with Summer Game Fest, but also Nintendo Direct, which I heard it's going to be soon. I don't know when. But we have all these directs and stuff. It's like E3 is just, you know, the thing of the past, which makes me sound like a broken record whenever I talk about E3, but that's just kind of the truth, the way I see it. So, for many times, it's like, okay, well, E3 is not coming back then, you know? It's just, it is what it is. But the thing is that E3 has money. There's ways of them actually being something more. And people saying that they're not going to watch E3, they're going to watch E3, okay? For just the clips or the memes of it or whatever happens in E3, you know? But other than that, moving on. Speaking of games, there's been a lot of live service games that has sadly been canceled. That has been gone. And it's a pretty sad time for these games. The same thing with the HBO shows, the cartoons in HBO. A lot of them has been canceled. I don't know why Velma is still going on, but a lot of them has been canceled. And also the same thing with layoffs, in big tech. You know, Microsoft, we got Apple. They just, you know, pretty much unemployed many, some people that are just can't afford to be there anymore. They can't afford to be there, and pretty much they decided to actually give them a layoffs for, I've been seeing that a lot. True tech itself, because of the times we're living in, inflation is a serious thing. So that is no different compared to actually what's going on with these games, these live service games. And the thing is that if it was single player games that doesn't rely to live service like Apex Legends or League of Legends or, some Legends, it wouldn't be a problem. Because the thing is that if we're talking about Jack and Dexter 7 is not doing so good within this year, what we're going to do with it? Well, it can still be out there. It's just not going to be sold well compared to these other games that are live service, where they heavily rely on basically the service of many other players, playing their games, the audience. And this is kind of like the same thing with mobile games, where if they don't get enough players, they get shut down. There will be announcement by the developers that would actually announce hey, this game is going to be shut down at this particular date. And that's always a sad thing, knowing that your art, your hard work is actually it's going to disappear from all sources. There's not going to be any update content or anything like that. And even though if there were, it wouldn't do good, because things don't really last when it comes down to live service games or anything, So games like Knockout City, it's gone. Apex Legends, it's disappearing. Rumbleverse, they're announcing their deadline. And this makes me think, what's going to happen with the other major games? Imagine Fall Guys. God, imagine Final Fantasy 14. Can you imagine how big of an announcement that would be within gaming if Final Fantasy RPG was actually gone from, I'm talking about the MMO of Final Fantasy. And also the many other games itself, for these games, they can't be emulated due to the fact that they're not only free to play itself, but also due to how they're I don't know, they can't be they can be emulated if they were part of within the PlayStation 4 or Switch or something like that. But other than that, if these games are gone, they're probably gone big time, okay? For games in this technical field, that's because I mostly rely on emulators, and I'm just, pretty much that person that really actually always sees okay, how can we preserve the game? You know what I mean? And no one knows. So for these games itself getting shut down is a pretty sad thing. It's pretty, I don't know what solution or what they can do for these certain games. Will it be the same thing with Toontown, where Toontown Rewritten exists? You can actually download the game if anyone grew up with Toontown. Type in, then you can play it because there is a remake because of the community within that game. I guarantee you that will be the same thing with Fall Guys or Knockout City. There will be ways for the community to actually revitalize the game and have it still there somewhere in the sites for each one to play. But other than that, not all games have that kind of support. So who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? And maybe they don't have the license for that. That's another thing. Next up, speaking games that are, especially games that are not going to be canceled, the total opposite, but who knows in the future, Hogwarts. Hogwarts itself, it's being canceled, but not in a way where it's like being shut down. It's just like being boycotted and stuff like that because of J.K. Rowling and all that, which I understand, itself. I'm just still waiting it to be on Switch so I can actually check it out for myself. It looks beautiful. I never was a fan of Harry Potter in the first place. Though I watch all the movies, I was not a fan of, Harry Potter. It's kind of crazy how I watch all the movies all the way up to when Hogwarts became an adult. Like he was in the UK subway or something. I call it a subway. But he was in the train station. And there was this lady. That's what I remember the last Harry Potter movie I ever saw. I still remember it to this day because my parents were fans of Harry Potter. They took me to the movies, took me to the world of Harry Potter, and that was a magical time. I remember I had Chamber of Secrets and the secret of the precursor secret or something like that on the PlayStation, also on GameCube, and that was like a nostalgic time when I witnessed Harry Potter. So I'm just curious, man, this will be a momentum moment to actually get to Hogwarts and get back to Harry Potter content. In some cases, I'm still waiting. I'm kind of curious what the price is for the Switch, or if it ever comes to the Switch, because still to this day, I'm still waiting for freaking Skater XL to be in the freaking Switch. Has it ever been on the Switch? I don't know. I don't know when, because right now there has been no announcement of actually it being on the Switch at all. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. Moving on, there has been games I've been playing though, like Rise of Sphinx. I just got that one. It's the Miraculous Ladybug game, and my goodness, it is bad. It is bad. The graphics and the wording, just you'll see, when I review it. Tunic, I've been curious to check that out. I played it. It's a very cutesy kind of like Zelda-ish game. And I really enjoyed it. And also, I've been hearing a little bit here and there about Hi-Fi Rush, which I can't play because I don't have a PlayStation 4. But it's on PC, and they don't have a demo for it. So I don't know about you, but everyone's talking about Hi-Fi Rush. Everyone's talking about, this game, how it's rhythm-based and all that. So, I had to mention it somehow in this video. Next is within animation news. Before I get into the whole animation news, which is only one, if I gotta be honest. There's this show I've been watching. I've been really getting back to actually here's the weird thing. There was this game I'm playing. It was on my Redream, on the Dreamcast, and pretty much it made me actually was like, I wonder what's up with Evangelion. Because the thing is, there's certain points where I'm just like, oh, I remember that anime. Because I'm playing something or watching something that reminds me of that particular show, that video game, or that anime, where I'm just like, I never actually got to the ending of it. Neon Genesis Evangelion is actually a good example of that, where I played the game and I was like, I wonder what happened to Evangelion. Why were people so on about the ending about Evangelion? Even though I have heard nothing about the ending ever before. But since Neon Genesis Evangelion is on Netflix, I just gotta check it out. I was like, yo. And I'm already 10 episodes in. I freaking love Evangelion. The characters, the mechs, this shy boy, he's questionable sometimes. But, he's cool. He's cool. This retro, anime about Japan, and it's mechs, and there's just something about it where it's just so freaking 90s. The car, the styles, man, I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of nostalgia about it, even though I didn't grow up much with Evangelion in the first place. But my gosh, it is so worth it. I mean, also speaking on Netflix, as we get into the news, I heard that Has Been Hotel is gonna be on Netflix. I mean, according to TVC, I saw the thumbnail. I was like, okay, is it on Netflix or not? Are you trying to, cancel my, expectations here? Gosh, shout out to TVC. But yeah, I'm still waiting for Has Been Hotel. I don't know what's the announcements for that. That's why you don't see it here. I mean, you see Angel, you see me. But yeah, I'm still waiting for what's going on with Has Been Hotel. Like, what's the news with that? Also, there's this other, I guess it's a news or something. I really don't know. There's this convention, and I've been wanting to go to a lot of events this year, and I'm gonna figure out a way, even though I've been busy. But there is this convention in the Bay Area where I live, and it's in Alameda. It's called CarrierCon, and I have no idea what it is. The thing is that I'm not even sure if I am going, but I've been hearing about it. I'm just like, well, there's not a lot of conventions here. I missed SAC Anime. I was supposed to go there, but CarrierCon? I'm thinking about it. Let me tell you, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, what is this convention about? Is it good? I don't know. Like, I'm kind of curious to see. So, yeah, who knows in the future? I might check it out, something like that. But, yeah, CarrierCon is like $30 to go in. It just feels like there's a part of me where it's not going to be worth it. Okay? It's not going to be worth it. I don't know. Because there's not a lot of videos, not a lot of sources about this particular convention. So, I don't know. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. Hope you subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz. Hopefully I collab. Hopefully I make more videos like this or something like that. Or just different videos of just, I really want to interview. I really want to chat. Which is going to be something in the future. And listen, whenever I chat or something like that, or whatever I collab, the thing is that it's going to be the most less work kind of collab. It will be easy peasy. I couldn't stress that enough, knowing that I'm just going to freaking Zoom call and bada boom, we're done. It's just like an hour talking. Yo, we done. We just talking. I'm going to do that because there is this person that I actually wanted to collab with, and I think it's going to be my first guest or something. I have to check. Other than that, I'll see you when I see you. One love and a peace.